Welcome to the fairway. This is Spin on Golf on 760 WJR. Presented by Rocket Mortgage and the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Coming to Detroit Golf Club July 28th through the 31st. Now direct from the Detroit Golf Club, home to the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Here are your hosts, PGA professionals Jordan Young, Brian Cairns, Mike Fay, and WJR's own Sean Baligian.
Well, so glad you could join us on a Sunday night here. Spin on Golf, 760 WJR. A gang is all here. Jordan Young, BC, Mike Fay, and we are 4 weeks away from Championship Sunday. Now, usually, I was thinking about this on the way here, fellas. Usually I'd say something cheesy along the lines of, we might be talking to the new champion. But, of course, we had some extra time last year, if you recall, before we crowned a champion.
That is true.
And it was a great day.
Extra time.
Yes, indeed.
Was it like 6 or 7?
I saw Cam Davis here on
that's right.
Monday. Had a chance to talk to him a little bit.
How was Media Day?
It was a media day. You know, it's here's the way that it works. I mean, they're so great out here. They, set out some little, almost like continental breakfast and everything. Mm-hmm. And then the media all comes in the room, and Mike Tirico was there, and all the great people from.
Of course,
Rocket Mortgage.
He's always everywhere.
Yeah, right.
And he even came in afterwards to Oakland Hills right after.
Yeah, and then Cam Davis, and we all had a chance to not only listen to Cam talk, but some of us had a chance to talk to him privately, and. He said the obvious. He said, this place is always going to be special to me. I'm always going to have a special place in my heart, because of what happened here last year. And he said there's a buzz on the tour that, word's gotten out of the way they treat people here and how great the course is and everything. So I'm hoping in the future that this tournament, which I don't know, I mean, I'll defer to you guys. I think it's already ahead of the game at this point in its existence. I hope it continues to get bigger and bigger every year.
Well, they said that the first year. I mean, the first year they said it was way more than they expected. It was unbelievable, over the top. Like this tournament's been going on.
Yeah.
There was more names released too that are joined in the field, right? Was it who are the two big releases? Patrick Cantley. And who was the other one that they said on Monday?
Oh, why you put me on the spot like that?
Sorry, come on. You're the media guy.
It's not Paul Casey.
Come on, BC.
Apparently, you know, in my head.
You know everything. You don't know? Come on.
No.
Well, anyways, there were some big names released. We'll pull those up for you. I know they had a bunch out. I was pulling up the website to get the guys. But.
Yeah, they had two more surprises for us on. I know Cantley was one of them. Who was the other one? My goodness gracious! Now it's going to drive me nuts.
I'll get it.
I'm sure Marshall is probably already texting us right now.
Man. But guys want to come here now.
That's exactly it.
You're seeing more guys. I kind of like Zalatoris. I think he's gonna. I picked him to win the Open. I think he's gonna win. And my dark horse is the Gala. I want to say a dark horse. But
4 weeks out. You're picking one?
Yeah, already, man. This is our home event.
I know, but you gotta wait for the wave, don't you?
No, I'm already picking.
You're already saying the waves are going to be 8 to 10.
I am picking ahead of the Open Championship. I'm picking those two guys to finish 1-2.
So you're going with Will again.
I'm going with him and Thagala.
This is a few weeks running. You've gone with Will, right?
Well, I've only picked them twice.
Okay.
I'm going to say they might both be in a playoff.
Wow.
Might not go multiple holes, but
I was just telling Chris Renwick this. There is more action and more of the buildings out there 6 days later than there was this past Monday. It is amazing how quickly things go on out there. And BC, speaking of being out there, you were out there just this afternoon.
Yep. The golf course is,
of course, he was
totally changed from last week. Totally different golf course. We hit a putt. I'll say we. I can only say we. On the first hole, and somebody whizzed it about 15 feet by. They are fast.
Yeah.
And let me tell you what, chipping around the greens is awesome. It's like. It is
nice.
Really tight and firm around the golf.
Mike, you did a little dirty work for us as we fumbled through this.
Yes, Cantley and Adam Scott.
That's what it was.
Oh, Adam Scott.
Adam Scott.
Mr. Tan.
Come on. He is tan.
tan clothes.
He wears them all the time.
I took a picture. Every day. I took a picture of him at the U.S. Open.
It should be like
Sweater
you. You
vest,
need to wear a
tan.
little darker tan with your khakis.
Well,
top.
I don't have any tan sweater vests. I was impressed. He's got different tan sweater
Yeah,
vests. That
that's
was
tough.
Looks
awesome.
good.
How about today? How about the John Deere Classic?
I don't know. Did that go on today?
It did go
Ah.
on today.
I thought
Yeah.
the tournament's wrapped up
Yeah.
yesterday.
We'll
John-
get to that tournament
Okay,
too. I
right.
promise. I
John Deere
promise.
Classic, and they've got the
Wire to
best
wire.
part is the equipment hill. The guy goes, "There's
How about those
equipment
tee markers? You don't tomahawk those tee markers, do you?
No, you
Those
don't.
tee markers are awesome.
No.
I like that
You're gonna hurt
tournament. I'd
yourself.
love that tournament.
JT Poston, 3-shot victory today, picks up a cool $1.3 million.
And the top 3 guys get to play overseas
They do.
in the Open Championship.
Charter me home,
Grillo.
to the home of golf.
Yeah.
Huh,
So we've
Mikey?
got Poston, Bisenhout, and Grillo.
I'm going to say something, and Mike Fay and I were talking about this. We're travel buddies now, and we come here together.
Guess what?
Did you guys take the train over here?
No,
the Woodward train?
We took the we took the F-150.
G150?
Jordan, you know what? And we were talking about it on the way here, and you're probably going to yell at me, and I don't care.
Here we
It's
go.
okay.
I like the way that the LIV is covered.
Yes.
I like it a lot. I'm not going to lie.
I like some of it. I think it was better this time than the first time.
Yep.
I do like at the bottom now they had like the whole team scores. Like I'm just watching it to see some guys hit, particular James hit some shots.
Sure.
I watched probably for 3 or 4 hours, never saw him hit one
No.
shot. I actually watched to see what his score is, but instead I go online to see what it is because I can't even find it on the left side.
Right, because he's just about one number
I
off.
mean,
every single-
I got excited when I checked the score late. I got home from dinner and I looked. I'm like, oh, he's 2 under. He's 2 under. Oh wait, he's 3 under. I was excited, so I texted BC. I go, he's 3 under. He's got 1 to go. You know?
He's got 1 to go. And
But he moved right up there, and it was nice. But I agree, it's cool. It's just too a shot.
I like that.
I like a little bit of gap between, and I want to see some guys hit some crappy shots.
Oh, they did.
See, you are.
Oh, they did.
It's almost like you were hiding in the back seat because what Mike and I were
Oh, I
talking.
was.
We were talking about this exact same thing. You know what? We grew up in an era. We as sports fans were all stubborn. This is the way I've always watched golf. What the hell is this? Bleep, bleep, bleep,
We
right?
did talk
and,
about
and
that.
like Mike, the point that Mike brought up in the car is younger people, and with this fast moving society today, they're going to get off on watching a 4-hour
I get it.
tournament.
Let's go to
You know, they-
14.
Yeah, they're right.
Not going to happen anymore.
I think the PGA has to be concerned. I really do, especially with younger viewers who have that fast attention span now. Everything's at their fingertips.
Well, I will say this: it was really cool that they were in Portland, and it was a 1 o'clock start, which is a 4 o'clock start, which goes from 4 to about 8:30 or 9 here.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting on the couch, and my kid's like, "Oh, this is the deal." I go, "Yeah." What do you think? He goes, "Oh, the scoreboard's way better, obviously." And I didn't even say anything. I'm like, "Oh, okay." It's
There's
the
your
young
crowd.
kids, yeah.
Yeah, there's the crowd right there.
Well, we'll talk about what our buddy did, our official favorite golfer out there, James Piatt. More on that as well. Coming up at about 7:32, want to remind you we have a very special guest coming up on the show for a special event as well. Tom Gillis will be joining us. He'll be in town next week, and we'll tell you all about it coming up at about 7:32 right here, Spin on Golf, Sunday night, 760 WJR.
So,
And it is
are we
holiday weekend.
Are
too.
we in a little bit of trouble here talking about the LIV this much? I mean, seriously, we're trying to promote a golf tournament here.
No, we've talked about it a bunch. We're talking about both.
I mean, I don't have any love for the PGA Tour. Thank you. We're back. Hey, back.
Hi.
Hey, Mercer. How you doing?
Hi,
buddy?
Jeff Mercer. How's your back?
Yeah, how you back?
Feeling all right?
Better be real good for because I heard you got Graham Polikoff now next Monday, so it better be a lot better.
Where's that?
Oakland Hills.
Oh,
We
he
shot
went- oh, he
9
went-
under at Oakland Hills and lost in the scorecard playoff. It was the hardest scramble I have ever played in my life. Whole locations, brutal. Windy, brutal.
I don't, oh.
Yeah, it was.
Mike, you here today?
I'm here.
Okay, guys, speak
studying.
up.
You better speak up because I'm on fire tonight, Mike.
Yeah, BC's awake tonight. He was
Yeah, I
asleep last week.
He was doing good, though.
Last week?
He's all right today.
Oh yeah, because green socks on.
Tea
I
time.
like his shoes.
It's Spin on Golf
Oh,
on
they're all
WJR,
dirty.
presented by Rocket Mortgage and the Rocket Mortgage Classic, coming to Detroit Golf Club July 28th through the 31st. Once again, live from the Detroit Golf Club, home to the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Here are PGA professionals Jordan Young, Brian Cairns, Mike Fay, and WJR's own Sean Baligian.
All right, welcome back in. So glad you can join us at the home of the Rocket Mortgage Classic coming up less than 4 weeks. 4 weeks, of course, will be Championship Sunday, but it starts a few days before that here at the beautiful Detroit Golf Club. Glad you can join us on 760 WJR Spin on Golf. James Piatt is a guy that, if you follow this show at all, both Jordan and BC certainly familiar with this young man. We all are. He was kind enough to come out to Fox Hills last year with a pretty cool trophy, as I recall, and take some picture, was with us and everything. BC, we were just talking about a half hour ago with our buddy Chris Renwick. For those out there that maybe aren't paying attention, this is a kid that he has found his stride.
He's getting more comfortable. I mean, just some of the things that, I'm going to say bother him. He just wants. It's so simple to say, like, all I want to do is play golf. Well, as you know, in business, because this is a business, there's a lot of crap going on, and he's sorting through the noise, and he's starting to find his place. I'm not worried about his golf game. I'm worried about his, sometimes maybe his mental disposition. But I think, the more comfortable he's going to keep getting out there, which, he got some points this week, finally, for the Miami qualify at the end of the season. And I think he's going to get more and more and more comfortable with making birdies out there. And he's starting to believe.
Well, he has to he's not used to doing the people that come at him that want to talk to him or interview him.
Right.
And then you have to do your time with your crew of people you're with.
Yep.
And then maybe you have to do a couple other things that you're not used to doing with your agent or an appearance, whatever. And if he can just kind of turn his brain off, and now he expects to do that stuff for whatever it is, an hour a day, and then he can get into his routine. So now he's more prepared for doing that kind of stuff, which before he wasn't.
Well, I mean, it's like taking a new job on anyway. It's like you leave college. Okay, everything is organized for you. I mean, Casey did everything. Everything's organized. All you got to do is go play golf and go to class.
Mike, I've heard you say it.
Anymore.
I've heard you say it 100 times. I mean, the mental aspect of the game. This is a young man that seems to be in a good place right now. And at least according to these guys, he's having fun. And that's half the battle.
Absolutely. You have to have fun. And it looks like all the business stuff has settled down for him. You can tell.
Yep.
Right?
You're
Even
right,
going in the few times that we've been able to see him, but he's going to be up the leaderboard.
Oh,
it's going to be fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
$172,000.
Yeah,
Awesome.
three under the last day.
Pretty nice few days. Pretty nice.
The golf
few
course
days.
is. I mean, this kid has been thrown to the wolves. I mean, I'm telling you, every golf course he has played outside of RBC. Outside of the RBC.
Bay Hill.
Oh, brutal. I mean, that was brutal. Every golf course he's played has been like one of the hardest golf courses on the PGA Tour.
Right.
Every single week. Played in London, it was tough. He played this past week, it was tough.
Muirfield.
Muirfield. I mean, brutal golf courses.
Brutal
US
in like
Open.
very tough, difficult situations for
but
that
fair.
week. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But very, very difficult golf courses, and he's trying to find his stride in the process. So it's not like he's playing tournaments where guys are shooting 25 under every week.
I wanted to mention the kid that finished fourth today, that Christopher Gotterup, Rutgers, 22-year-old, sponsors exemption. you guys had a chance to hang out and play with him at the Open. That's a great story. I mean, I just watched him play the last couple holes today, and he birdied the last 3.
Yeah.
Right. And
Nice
obviously
kid.
he's in next week. I assume he'll play next week tour stop and then probably fly. I don't know. Oh no, he won't be flying over. I'm sorry, but he will be playing next week on the PGA Tour, and he gets into Corn Ferry Finals.
I mean,
Pretty cool.
the kid deserves it. He's a really good kid, and let me tell you what, he can deliver some club head.
Jordan, for people out there that aren't, give everybody his background, because I wasn't even sure of his
I don't
background.
really know much. I know he went to Rutgers. I know he's 22 years old. He probably played against James in college, in the Big Ten there, and that's all I know about him.
Yeah, they were pretty congenial, and
enough
they
right
knew each
there.
other, and
Yeah.
they played a few holes together at the country club, and it was actually, I walked the golf course Sunday morning and watched actually where he was hitting the ball. I'm like, whoa, this is a different human being here.
Another kid too, BC. Maybe you can help me out with this. Patrick Flavin. He was
He's another good.
he was a
NCAA.
Miami of Ohio kid, kind of same age group as Bo and those guys from Eastern. He finished top 10, so he moved up 20 spots today. Shot 66. Top 10. If you're tied, do you get in, or does it go to rankings for the next week? Top 10 gets you in the PGA Tour event for next year.
I don't know. I think it's the highest guy now.
Okay, because they said the top 3 guys get into the Open Championship from this
Right.
event. And if there's a tie, obviously you're not going to have a playoff for that, but it went to World Golf Ranking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so I don't know if it's the same for the PGA Tour or not.
I know if the Champions Tour, it's the highest guy. Only one.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're out.
Yeah, usually you're going to be out for that.
You're out. It's like, okay.
Well, LPGA Mike had the weekend off, but another fantastic tournament. We have, of course, the Meyer LPGA that happened a few weeks back. We have the Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational. I know I'm going to be up there for a day. Guy Gordon from 760 WJR is going to be up there. Of course, a couple weeks after that, we've got the Rocket Mortgage Classic. But yes, the ladies are going to be up at the Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational.
Yes, the team event that was so exciting. What are those sisters' names, Mr. Young? That won last year?
Jatanaga?
Yes.
There you go. That away
They
Frank.
won last
I
year.
can't spell them, but
I
can
can't
say 'em.
either. I'll tell you that. Big news. For those of you that have young kids, you need to bring the kids to go see Annika Sorenstam because she is playing with Madeline Sagstrom in this event. So if you've never seen her play,
Cool.
you need to go and see Annika play. One of the
Annika.
best
That golf course
golfers
is
of
perfect.
all time.
How perfect is that golf course for?
Then we had what did we have happen this week with the
Oh,
Michigan
little
Amateur,
Michigan
Mike?
Amateur.
Yes,
Yeah.
one of my students made it to the Final Four, Dave Schmanski. So I was very proud of him.
Did he get
And
beat by one of our guys from
He
Eastern?
did.
Sorry.
Yes.
Big lefty.
And Nick Kruger won. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Very, very cool.
that was a good. We had two lefties, right? Two
Mhm.
lefties in the semis, and then came down to 19 holes.
Gotta watch those lefties.
19 holes. Pretty neat.
Yeah.
Grand Valley State.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
there's so much great golf going on in the area. I mean, we weren't even planning to talk about it. I was like, oh, yeah, there's the LPGA that was on the west side. Then you got this. Then you got the Rocket Mortgage Classic. You got the Amateur. You got, the
Yes,
Bridgestone.
Bridgestone down at
Absolutely.
Firestone, which is how many hours away?
Not that
Not
far.
far.
2.5,
right?
245 to be exact, and about an $18 toll.
Yes. There's $18 total.
Oh, yeah.
$700 in gas.
Yes.
Yes, there's a
About
lot going
700.
on here in the golf world in the next couple of weeks. But I was excited about Live, you guys, watching it. It was very exciting last night.
What excited you?
I mean,
about it?
it's
I-
great because I have Samsung products, so I can just pop it up
Yeah,
on
pop it
TV,
up
and
and do it.
it's like, this is great. It's just nonstop. You
It
know,
was
I do have to
nonstop,
go to the
right?
leaderboard. I mean, you could do us some favors. And
The
play a little
leaderboard
better.
is better online this
Yeah.
week.
He could pop up a little higher on the leaderboard, so I don't have to keep checking my phone for his scores.
Sure.
You know, so I got to
Right.
ask him to play a little better. You know,
He's up
so
on the front
we're up on the
page.
first page, right?
Yeah, sure.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah. But no, on YouTube. I watch it on YouTube.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good.
You guys all have a different level of excitement about Live. Like, honestly, that's one thing I've seen in the last few weeks.
I'm still Switzerland. I don't know, man. I feel bad about
Okay,
saying
I
that.
think you're going like this a little bit. You're kind of leaning towards the pro a little bit. Yeah, because just in the last couple of weeks, I think your attitude kind of perked up on it. Is that fair? No?
No, I think he's still neutral.
I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
I think I like the product this second time versus the first time. I also like the way the product has changed now for the PGA Tour a little bit.
It's great for golf.
It's making
Yeah,
good
it's
for
good for golf.
everybody.
Yes,
Well,
it's
yeah.
great for golf.
I
Yes.
still think, and I'm just gonna say this, I still think there's a little bit of phoniness to it. I'm sorry. It just seems when the guy's like, "Oh, this is so cool. This is great." Yeah, because you're making a ton of money. Just something. I don't know. To see Pat Perez up there pushing champagne all over everybody. What did he shoot? Like 82 or 3?
Made 750.
He
grand.
He did.
Yes, he did.
And I mean, it's just like
For
I
being
don't know.
on the right team.
That part of it is just
$750,000.
it's just weird.
Yeah, but the cool thing was Ortiz made that putt the last hole, made his teammates
Yes.
It's
a quarter
Yes.
million.
Now that was cool. Seeing all the guys freak out at the end
Yeah.
when Ortiz made that 30-footer and them going nuts. That was pretty cool. I do like that. I like
Listen,
the team
if I got 750, I'd bring over a case of champagne and spray it all over you.
Absolutely.
Right,
I
just-
would. I
I'm
would
just
like,
saying it's weird.
okay.
That's all.
All right.
Good
Well-
job by Grace. I mean, he played
Yeah,
great.
Sure. Absolutely.
I mean, that back nine made birdie on 13 there, the hard hole, man.
65.
The chip-in one.
Oh, the chipping was.
That was like the reverse flopper.
That was cool and it landed soft.
Full flaps there.
Oh, we got time.
Well, another great golf event coming up, of course. We are in the backyard of, I think it's safe to say, our own, right? Detroit's own Rocket Mortgage Classic here at the Detroit Golf Club. That's coming up in just a few short weeks. But coming up next week, the Beaumont Drive for Life Invitational at Oakland Hills. One of the guys that will be out there is Tom Gillis. We'll talk to Tom Gillis next year. Spin on Golf on a Sunday night. So glad you could join us. 760 WJR.
I do think it's cool, and I'm assuming they do it every event. After Saturday, they have a party.
Yeah.
Well, that
They have
was,
a party every night.
well, I figured they
It's-
do.
I mean, Dan Ellis is like, you can't believe it. Dan Ellis is like, this is awesome. I
It'd
mean,
be
Dan,
like-
why do you think he quit his coaching job?
Oh, I know.
He said it is unfreaking believable what they're
It
doing.
would just be like us golf pros going to play in the Pro-Am in Puerto Vallarta, and every night's a party.
Every night's a party, right?
but
exactly.
it's like
Show up on the
8
first
million
tee.
times better.
Right. I mean, it's
Well, it's probably 500 million times better.
but they're all in the same hotel. It's a nice hotel.
That is
Everything
unique
top
there.
Notch.
They all stay
all
in the same
hanging.
hotel.
You know, and James can walk by DJ. DJ, hang on. You know, at the open. I'm like,
I'm just thinking how
Awesome.
cool it is.
Okay.
How cool like I mentioned before, how cool the relationships and how tight he will get with this group of people over 2 years. He'll be one of the guys. He'll be one of the guys for the rest of his life with all these guys. It started with Sergio at the Masters,
like
and then but now he's
It
developing all those like you
it
probably
is
don't
cool.
even know of the relationships
No.
that he's developed.
no.
When you're not there, you're not a part of that, and
Yeah.
and a lot of stuff he won't
He's
share
in a-
because he'll just forget. Like it's just part of his normal deal now.
He's in a different. I mean, he's walking by Phil. He's walking by Grace. I mean, how about the LBJ chant yesterday on the 18th green there, huh? Let's go, Brando. There on 18. Huh? It was like,
I know, it was funny.
Okay, we're in Portland, and we got that. It was a little
was-
crazy. Sorry for the political statement.
Did you hear the guy? Did you hear the guy go? You can 4-putt this and
Yes.
still win.
Yeah, that was
and,
funny.
and then Fultz was like, "Well, actually, he can't. He's got a 3-putt."
Right.
These guys are
Well,
like,
he's a
"Come on."
little uptight. He can lose.
Remember when he used to do the Canadian Tour events down in Myrtle Beach? He used to be that was
He
like,
was with Natural Golf. Remember that, Mike?
Ah.
He was
no, he was
Natural-
playing the Canadian
Yeah.
Tour then.
Natural
Golf.
Golf.
Mhm.
I remember playing with him in some Nike events, and he was Natural Golf back then.
Who's the Live Golf announcer? He was hilarious.
Ugh.
Let's check in with Tom. Make sure.
Hey, there's Tom Gillis.
Hey, guys.
Wow.
There he is.
How are you?
TG, you in Jupiter?
I am. Yeah. You guys doing good?
All good.
Oh, we're good.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
So
I heard
TG,
you
I
talk-
know where you stand with this LIV stuff. I know where you stand.
No, you don't really know where I stand.
Oh, I think. See, I told
Wow.
you. You think I'm
No.
worried about my button?
No, I, I'm really not against the whole thing. I actually was listening to you guys talk about when I first came on, and 2 points rang out. Is the product
To save this?
Potentially it could be great, I mean, but they got to get like you guys were saying about Perez shooting whatever, I mean, the product right now is not great, but if they get it going, I mean, it could be great. So the other thing is talking about James, those friends and all that, they're great now, but if you don't keep playing well, those relationships go like this, just like that. I mean, there'll be a few, you'll contain a friendship with a few, but
Right.
as you know, Brian, that whole tour life, man, it's what have you done for me lately?
You're rocking the old school pine
know,
knob
look at
shirt
that
too.
shirt.
That is
That's
just
awesome.
You're a legend.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, trust me, you're a legend.
Tea time. It's Spin on Golf on WJR. Presented by Rocket Mortgage and the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Coming to Detroit Golf Club July 28th through the 31st. Once again, live from the Detroit Golf Club, home to the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Here are PGA professionals Jordan Young, Brian Cairns, Mike Fay, and WJR's own Sean Baligian.
All right, welcome back in. So glad you could join us on a Sunday night here, 760 WJR. Let's welcome in our guests, a guy from our own backyard. I know he has been on the PGA Champions Tour, of course, the PGA Tour, European Tour, Nationwide Tour. Knows a little bit about this great game. He's going to be back in town next week as well. Let's welcome him in. Tom Gillis kindly joining us. Tom, first things first, listen, I gotta bring this up to everybody's attention. Those listening on the radio can't see this,
Right.
but if you have one of our social media platforms up, you are wearing the old school original pine knob shirt.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That is just
It is cool.
legendary.
Yeah, my sister got
is
that
awesome.
for me.
How long have you had that? Is that relatively new or?
Yeah, I just got it it was either last Christmas or Christmas before. My sister bought it for me because we lived in Lake Orion. It was only 5 miles away. We spent a lot of weekends there, and I told her, I looked at it, I go, that is the best gift I've gotten in 10 years. I go, that is so cool. And I had all these nice tennis shoes there and all that, $200 pairs of tennis shoes and that. I'm like, no, this thing is badass, And I was thinking about what shirt to put on because I've been laying around watching golf all day. I haven't been doing much. It's so hot. And I was in my closet and I'm like, and then I saw that pine knob. I go, what? I mean, that's perfect.
It is perfect. It is perfect.
Yeah.
And that's the shirt that we all grew up with too. I mean, we're relatively the same age, Tom. So I mean, I've seen that shirt my whole life.
I'm sure we bumped into each other somewhere in the restroom or somewhere. You have no idea how many people now that you bumped into.
Hey, special event coming up in 8 days out at a place I'm sure you're familiar with. Tell everybody about Beaumont's Drive for Life Invitational.
Yeah, it's just, for me, I just found out about it probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. They're looking to have a pro come out and do some stuff. And so Tom Lehman's brother, Jim Lehman, who represents a few guys on tour, Tom Hoagie, and he called me and he goes, hey, Tom, he goes, they'd like to have a pro out there. Would you be interested in doing it? And I said, well, who's it for? He said, it's Troy Beaumont. I said, well, my son was born there. I go, that'd be kind of fun. I go, where's it at? He said, Oakland Hills. And I said, well, I'm in the area at that time. I go, let's just do it. So yeah, it's just, they're going to raise some money and it's just cancer and research and all that. And I'm just glad to be part of it. Anytime I ever had any issues, I went to Troy Beaumont. That's where we went.
Yeah. And it's amazing too. I think what makes this special is we all knew it was going to happen, but Oakland Hills is coming back even faster than we thought. And I'm sure that's going to be special for you to be out there.
Well, I think everybody was touched the day that the clubhouse caught on fire. I can't remember where we were, but I was out on the Champions Tour and everybody, guys that have played there in the Opens, Lee Jansen and guys were like, oh my gosh, man, that thing's on fire. And I was like, oh, I hope they save the artifacts, which sounds like they got quite a bit, but they'll rebound. Places like that don't go away. They'll come back.
No doubt about that. Once again, it is next Monday, 8:30 8:30 a.m. and it is benefiting the Walter and Marilyn Wolpen Comprehensive Breast Care Center at Beaumont Hospital. Tom Gillis will be out there. Tom, when you hear something like this, I mean, I'm sure you're like, I'm in. I mean, it's a personal reason, but it's got to be great for you to come back home as well. I know you spent some time down in Florida, but this is always going to be home for you.
Well, it is. And unfortunately for me, it's like my mom and dad don't even know I'm coming into town. They probably will now, but I was going to
that's if they're listening, right?
Well, or somebody, my sister, I got a million cousins, it was really, for me, I'm going to Scotland that Thursday of that week. So with 2 teenagers at home, it was like, okay, I'm going to get up there and do this day and then get out that next day. And I was like, do I even let mom and dad know? Because I don't want to break their hearts. I am coming back for Ally, but it's tough to leave the teenagers really when you're on the road. We're right in the middle of the season. So it's like now we're really managing time, and so I'm going to, I haven't even called my buddy who I'm probably going to stay with, who lives by Oakland Hills. He doesn't even know. I was like, do I call him today? Do I call him tomorrow? So,
that's a true buddy, right?
I don't want it to sound like I'm not interested in going. I'm not excited, but it is home. I'd love to go back there for a day. I'm bummed that we're not back there this weekend. My mom and dad just got a buyer for their house on Lake Orion Lake, and they've lived there since I was born in 1968. And so,
wow,
my sister and my cousins and my nephews, and they're all there this weekend celebrating the last time. And my son had an AAU basketball tournament last night in South Florida, so we just couldn't get there. And so it's home. It's tough to be here. This is the first time since I moved here in 3 years that I really, really miss being up there this weekend. It's a fun weekend in that area.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Special.
PGA Champions Tour member and, of course, guest at Beaumont's Drive for Life Invitational. Oakland Hills next Monday, July 11th. And once again, the event benefits the oncology services at Beaumont in Royal Oak and Troy. Tom, if I may, there's been so much talk on LIV. What's your take? I sit back and say it's good for golf. You golfers, I'm going to defer to you. What's your take on all this?
Well, I don't think it's bad for golf at all. I think competition in life is my whole life's been about competition, so at first it's a little sticker shock to everybody because we all like to keep things the same and we want tradition and all that, but it's already probably going to make the tour be more competitive. And, it's like somebody working in the same job for 40 years. They get to a point where they can get complacent. You need so LIV has sparked a fire. There's no doubt. What Patrick Harrington, I don't know if you guys saw what he said yesterday after the Irish Open, and he's a good friend of mine, and he's just really well spoken. He said it well. He just said, hey, I'm not against him. I'm not judging him. I get it. We all get that side of it. Totally understand it. But there are repercussions if you leave, and then that's a whole nother argument. But you got to make your bed and sleep in it. He said that, and he's right, but if you want to go, but there's going to be sanctions, in which there is, and now it's going to get messy, I think. And that part I don't like for golf. I don't like splitting the world's best players up. I think when I'm a fan, I tune in every weekend if I'm not playing, and I love to watch the best go at it. I loved Brookline, so, and I still think those guys will play in the majors just from who I've talked to through the PGA and the USGA. Those guys are going to be allowed to play in the majors. I don't know about the Masters, but you like to see all the best players together.
I was watching a little bit of both tours this weekend, and I'm sitting there watching thinking I'm never going to see certain guys play in these events again. And it kind of hit me like, when will we ever see anything like that happen again?
Right.
And they can't really go back now. They've taken too hard of a stance with the commissioner and everything. And so it kind of hit me there, but everything's going to change. Everything is changing now, and it's going to change. What's it going to look like in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years?
Yeah.
Who knows? BC, your point, more money is going towards everywhere.
Yeah.
And is it going to hit? Is it going to hit the champions? Is it going to hit
No,
the LPGA?
No.
Is it going to hit anything else? Hey, is there? You never know, right?
I
Well,
feel
you
Tom
don't
Gillis
know.
story. So I'm going to enter a PGA Tour event because I need to do something with. I need to buy a new house, and he goes up and loses his Spieth in that tournament. I'm like, why don't you do that every week, Tommy?
Yeah. No, I do think you're right though. It'll change the landscape. It's definitely going to change. It's all going to settle in again. There's just little things that I think that, or the whole Norman Revenge Tour. If they had anybody else in there, I think people would be the players would be a little softer on it, and they know Greg's on a revenge tour on that, and that reeks of that. That's nobody wants to watch that. I mean, so I think there's a few things there, but if they can get those players and get those the key is the world breaking points. If they can get points, if they can't get points, those guys are going to drop off fast. Those guys are going to run. That's the whole key. So, and eventually, if they keep getting the top players, I know a couple other guys that I think are going here in the next couple of days that I can't really share right now, but they're top players. They're going to gain some momentum.
Casey just committed, right?
Yeah,
Casey.
another 40-year-old. I mean, I was flying up to the Senior Open last week with Ernie Els. He gave me and Gene Sowers a ride. He was nice to offer us a ride because we all live right in this area and we play a lot of golf together. He's like, "Where was this thing 10 years ago?"
So he's got to be one of the nicest guys, right? I mean, that's a guy that you just want to always hang out with. Very generous and.
Oh yeah, no, there's a jealousy. There's no doubt. I say it all the time when we're talking about it on tour. I go, I ain't gonna lie, I'm jealous. I wish I would have had a shot at it. I mean, how could you not be? But I'm happy for the guys that, the James Piatts and that can get a head start. That's a big deal. I mean, that's a big deal.
Timing is everything, right, BC?
Yeah.
Good timing, Tommy.
Okay, guys. You guys have a good weekend.
Happy 4th to you
Thanks,
and the
Tommy.
family. We look forward to seeing you at Oakland Hills next week, Tom.
All right. All
Thanks,
the best,
Tom.
guys.
All right, Tom Gillis kindly joining us, PGA Champions Tour member. And, of course, the guest at Beaumont's Drive for Life Invitational at Oakland Hills Country Club next Monday. That is July 11th. I know WJR will have a presence out there, and it's a great guy, as you mentioned, for a great cause. Speaking of great guys, we're going to go in the opposite direction and talk about Punks of the Week.
Yes.
When we come back.
Are we there already?
Yeah, it flies by.
Holy man.
Marcelo, we need more time.
We need some more sponsors.
We do have a 2-hour show coming up on Championship Sunday.
Once a
We'll
year.
be on from 6 to 8 that day. Just a programming note for all of you, 760 WJ.
He's muted us.
10
years now, we got to get 2 hours.
It's pretty funny that he keeps saying, we're working on it. It's a work in progress. I'm like, 10 years is not a work in progress. It's a stall.
You need to find some more sponsors then there.
It's a stall. Well, I got a conflict.
No, you need to find some other sponsors.
Oh, well, I got a conflict of guys that are my friends.
You've got more than
conflict.
one. You've got more than one friend.
I got 2, but we're talking somebody with that deep pockets.
Sean didn't say he was your friend yet. No. He's still trying to figure you out.
We each other during the week all the time now.
Well,
absolutely.
That doesn't mean he's your friend.
I'm a regular listener on certain radio shows. I'd say certain radio shows now. And let me tell you what, this lady doctor, she's got some issues.
All right.
You want to talk?
Oh, he was so awesome.
Hey, let me tell you something. he's a normal guy
Yeah.
on every level.
Yeah.
Trust me, he fit right in. Are you still muted?
You are not.
Oh, okay, good. I'll behave.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I brought you back. Once you guys started saying good things.
Is there
about
anything you
Gills,
guys, each of you want to hit on anything, Mike, before we go? Is there anything that I left out that you want to?
I just want to congrats Patrick Deerdorf for finishing runner-up in the Michigan Ham.
Okay, Mike, anything for you?
Student of Jeff Goebel.
I think that we covered everything.
Okay,
I think so.
and you have a punk of the week, BC?
I'm trying to figure
I'm
out
struggling.
the punk of the week.
I got 4.
Struggling.
Here, I thought he was struggling to get one, and he's
Now-
got 4.
Now he's got to have his own nomination.
It's the
before he-
punk
I do.
He's
I have to
gotta
vote
have
it myself.
own-
I'm gonna just get a hat now instead of just doing a straw.
It's the punk band of the week. It's a 4-piece.
Jeez.
Can't do it. I can't.
I'm gonna go with. I got one.
Can't do
Need
it.
to get some punk of the week hats going.
You know what? Pow.
Yeah, get the
Somebody,
power.
I have one.
You did?
Somebody that owns a bar, and locally, gave me a POW. Literally, a POW.
Tea time.
I don't know where I
Spin
put
on
it.
Golf on
I wore
WJR.
it last year.
Presented
Didn't I?
by
Remember
Rocket
when-
Mortgage
that's right.
and the
Did.
Rocket
Did.
Mortgage Classic. Coming to Detroit Golf Club July 28th through the 31st. Once again, live from the Detroit Golf Club, home to the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Here are PGA professionals Jordan Young, Brian Cairns, Mike Fay, and WJR's own Sean Baligian.
Well, we want to thank our friends from Rocket Mortgage overall, not just for the tournament, but everything they do for us. I mean, just class across the board. And, every time I'm going to continue to say this, it's not just about this great tournament here at this beautiful Detroit Golf Club. What they are doing in the community, enough isn't being said.
It is a big operation. It's a big. I mean, this Rocket Mortgage monster is a monster, and they're doing a lot of good. I mean, it's unbelievable.
And we also want to thank Jeff Marcero. I think all of you should look at your phone
I saw
right
it.
this second.
It's breaking
Okay.
breaking news.
Well, not yet. We can't.
Breaking news.
But we'll just keep it between
Whoa.
ourselves. Huh?
Okay.
How's that?
All right. Yeah. Okay.
breaking
Well,
news amongst us.
And,
Yeah.
and Jeff, we hope your back is feeling well. By the way, I know Jeff has been fighting that bad back.
when you
and
put
that's-
things in writing, hold you to it.
Oh, you have a contract?
I don't have a contract. I
25
don't have any contracts.
25 days away from
Jeez.
this great tournament, Detroit's own Rocket Mortgage Classic here at the Detroit Golf Club. Jordan, I know you wanted to give a shout out to before we got
Yeah,
out of here.
just congrats to Patrick Deerdorf, Eastern Michigan, going into his 3rd year. Student of Jeff Goebbels, finished runner-up. So at the Michigan Amateur.
I saw him today, and let me tell you something. If you're not an athlete, Mike, like we were talking about this in the break, if you're not taking care of your body off the golf course, and this kid is proof. This kid looks svelte. He's lost some weight. He's trimmed down. He looks great. And he's smiling. He's walking tall. I mean,
well,
his physique has changed, and his golf game has gotten so much freaking better.
kudos to him because he struggled
Yep.
a little bit up north at the Open.
Right. Right.
But he came back, and this was a pretty nice run.
Yeah.
He knocked off some good players.
Yeah, he
and-
did. Yeah, it was really good. And like I said, he looks really good.
Yeah.
You know?
Some Eagle pride. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Where's Patrick from?
He's from Clarkston.
Okay, good
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of fun times out there,
Yeah.
out in Ypsilanti.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some fun times. Mike, anything for
Yeah,
you?
we talked earlier. Dave Schmanski, who made it to the Final Four. I've coached him up at Boyne since he was probably 12 years old. So pretty excited that
cool.
he did that. He's a graduate from Robert Morris, then went to Michigan State and just passed the bar exam. So he's
Really?
a lawyer
Nice.
Oh,
now. So
my
it's so
Lord.
cool to see how
Nice.
old I feel right
Isn't
now.
it? great? I know.
Isn't it unbelievable? Isn't it
We're not
unbelievable?
that old. I mean, that's a great. We're
No,
not
to see
that
all
You've been
these
old.
kids-
teaching.
story,
You've been
right?
teaching a long time. That's great.
Yeah, right.
To see all these kids playing like in the Michigan Open and the Michigan Amateur, and it's like, oh boy,
Yeah, these are adults
I'm like
now.
I
almost as
know.
old as
We're
BC.
getting old.
Like,
Twice.
twice.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh my, yeah.
And
we're
he
getting-
passed the bar too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That's
awesome
This
great.
kid's
kid.
got it together.
He is so good.
That's
He's
awesome.
awesome.
Congratulations.
He'd come back every summer and help me with our kids programs. Great.
That's good to hear.
And I'm going to say Happy Canada Day on the 1st, and I'll say Happy 4th of July to everybody of my American friends. I don't know if you guys are really my friends, but I'll say Happy July 4th to each and every one of you. And hope everybody has a good day tomorrow.
The 4th.
Yes, be
The
safe.
4th. I think the 4th has lost its meaning.
Absolutely. It
I mean,
is.
I'm not going to make it my punk, but you know what? It's just in general.
Ooh, I never
Just in
thought of that
general.
one.
Think
Just
of
in
that.
general.
Oh,
America's lost its
you
way.
you just got me to my punk of the week.
Okay. That's good. I got one.
In my phone call or my video call, as you do now, to friends and parents, I videoed my mom, and she moved into her new condo, and I said, "Oh, you guys, she's got this beautiful view of the city in Thunder Bay. They're going to watch the fireworks." I said, "Oh, when are the fireworks going off?" Well, apparently, they can't do fireworks in Canada anymore.
Why?
I'm not going to tell you why, but let's just say I'm nominating them as the punk of the week.
Do they have something wrong with their left arms up there too?
I'm not going to go much further, but I'm just going to say that apparently they are not allowed to do fireworks out
Is
there.
Justin Trudeau going to be a multi-team winner?
I have no idea, but oh my, I
Are
don't.
you freaking kidding me?
Did you?
That's
Okay,
nice.
so happy Canada Day and all my Canadian friends out there, and happy 4th of July.
All right, BC, what do you got?
So if I come to Detroit Golf Club, why I love this room is because it's got a bunch of old pictures in it. You know what? Let's just keep all the old golf courses old. Can we just do that? Can we? And I got to talk to all the members out there. I mean, because these members screw up awesome golf courses. They are in the business of screwing up. First of all, why do you join a golf club if you want to change it? Yeah. I mean, it's not a restoration, it's a destruction to the original concept.
I'm seeing a few of those downriver right now.
I mean, they're just ruining these great old golf courses, and it's great to come to Detroit Golf Club and played it today, you know, and play an old golf course. And it's actually gotten the PGA Tour and the memberships gotten on board and made the golf course better. They made the South Golf Course better. But they kind of restored it. So can't we just do that? Just leave them alone and just make them a little better.
But if you're going to do some work on it, do it right.
Yeah, don't do it. And then 20 years later, oh, no, we got to do it again.
Chintzy stuff and try your best to do it right.
And you know what? And hire an expert. Don't hire a shaper. Yeah. Oh, I didn't say that out loud.
You said a shaper.
A shaper.
Yeah,
a certain club in the area. A certain club in the area hired a shaper to redo the golf course, and I won't say who, but you know what? And that's my punk of the week. Are the members who think they can change their golf club to be better? When you know what? Let me take a look around at all the old pictures in this room. Old is good.
You know, and I think you bring up a point because this course is a personification of what you're talking about. They've modernized. They have all the amenities that you can ask for, and yet it's retained that tradition and that charm.
Right.
It really has.
Absolutely.
So you have to give them credit and a tip of the cap for doing that.
I mean, you play 15. You play 15 is like what's one of my favorite holes in the world, the 15th hole, and it's like one of the shortest holes in the world. It's a cool, old-looking hole with an 8 iron in your hand.
Yeah,
it's just leave it alone. Yeah. It's nice.
Before the par 5.
No, before 16.
Oh, par 3.
Yeah. 13 or 15 is just a sweet looking old par 3, right, Mike? I mean, it's tough to make a good looking short hole.
Yes, it is.
The overhangs from the bleachers. You got to keep it pretty straight now.
They're away, you know, they're there. Everything's up there, but it looks really good. I mean, it looks grander, you know, and it's red out there, but the hole still looks great, even with the bleachers around it.
Yeah. Lots of stands out there we saw, right, Sean?
I couldn't believe how much. I mean, just since Monday, how much has come up, and it'll be that way next week.
You got to watch your head.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean.
Oh yeah.
I ran into 4 bars today.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. I mean, bars right here at eye level. Think, you know, they're all over there. You got to watch your head here. I mean.
Hey, Mike Parsons, thank you. Who's back at the station? Is it Jason? Is it Blake?
No, we have special guest board op Rich tonight.
Oh, I love Rich.
The goat. Fireworks.
Look at that.
Good
He's
job,
the GOAT. Rich is the GOAT, no doubt about it. Rich, thanks for sitting in today. Of course, Jeff Marcero, wherever he is. Nick Roddy as well. Thanks for everything that you do. We will be out here again next week. And WJR is a station. I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up. WJR is a station. We'll be out there all that week that the Rocket Mortgage Classic is here at the Detroit Golf Club. The shows will be live out there. I know I'll be out here in the morning with the Paul W. Smith Show. And then all of us will be out here for 2 hours, 4 weeks from today, Championship Sunday, right here at the Detroit Golf Club. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Be safe. Have some barbecue. And until next week, I'm Sean Baligian saying thanks for listening to Spin on Golf here on 760 WJR. Have a great night, everyone.